The point is that people are acting as if this particular funding is that, the taxpayer has literally said, here's this sum of money, go and make these posters about straight white men. It's not that. It's that the taxpayer has basically funded this big art trust who then has commissioned this particular project. That is the difference. And within that, if we're going to be reflective and respectful of the fact that the UK is a multicultural society, then we also need to be able to allow people to express themselves in different ways.
But Mahyar Tousi, should we be paying for this sort of thing?
I mean, that's the thing. The reality is not really the problem, the poster itself, or the fact that we've been given this organisation over £1 million because of COVID grants and £500,000 every year. It's not just that. The problem goes deeper than this. It's not necessarily just the actual article. It's actually Arts in England, overall the organisations, all these institutions that we have been funding and giving platform for decades. Since the 60s and 70s, these people, the minority, very proactive minority of anti-Western people, have been infiltrating the system. And they are going out there, spreading their propaganda, and we are essentially not just funding them, but allowing them to become into the system. And that's why it's not just this organization. The whole of the institution needs to go away. It needs to be abolished, as in like no longer state-funded. And actually, I will go further and say the culture department shouldn't exist anymore either, because it is absolutely no business that the government has in these areas.
Peter Tatchell, how do you feel about that? I mean, why is the government funding art?
Well, the Arts Council does amazing work, not much publicised, funding local community arts groups, theatre groups and so on. Those are arts initiatives rooted often in deprived communities where there probably are quite a lot of deprived straight white men as well as others. And I think they do great work. I think it's fantastic.
Great work, doesn't it?
Fantastic that we don't just have the funding for the high art like the English National Opera and the Royal Opera House, but we actually have grassroots community arts organisations funded as well. And that is what most of the work of the Art Show Trust is.
Narendra,
This is just a tiny fraction.